My gay best friend tried to sleep with my husband, which made me uncomfortable. What can I do since he is my best friend? The night that changed everything. Saturday night was supposed to be fun. My husband, Mark, my best friend, Ryan, and I went out for drinks like we had done so many times before. We laughed. We drank more than we should have, and by the time we got home, Mark and I were both completely wasted. I passed out on the living room floor. Mark says he blacked out. In 5 years together, I have never seen him black out.
And he can drink.
I don't remember much after getting home, just bits and pieces. The way the room spun when I closed my eyes. The sound of Mark mumbling something as he slumped onto the couch. The hazy warmth of alcohol keeping me from realizing just how out of it we both were. And then, sometime later, I remember Mark shaking me awake. His voice was sharp, urgent. "Come to bed," he said, his face unreadable. Ryan left shortly after, acting completely normal, saying goodbye as if nothing had happened. The next morning, I woke up with the kind of headache that makes you regret every decision from the night before. I groaned, stretched, and reached for my phone. That's when I saw a text from Ryan. Something completely unrelated.
Casual.
Like it was just another Sunday morning after a fun night out. I didn't think anything of it until I saw Mark. He was sitting at the kitchen table, his hands wrapped around a cup of coffee, like he was trying to absorb the warmth. His face was pale, his jaw clenched. I knew something was wrong. And then he told me. He told me how he woke up to Ryan on top of him, kissing him, touching him, trying to have sex with him. He told me how he shoved him off, scrambled to his feet, and immediately came to wake me up. He told me how Ryan, my best friend, had acted like nothing happened. My stomach twisted. The air left my lungs. My mind raced to process the words, but none of it felt real. I had invited Ryan into my home. I had trusted him with my husband, my marriage, and he had violated that trust in the worst way possible. At first, I was just angry, furious,
Disgusted.
but then a wave of guilt hit me so hard it made me nauseous. How could I let this happen? I had been right there, passed out in the same room. What if I had stayed awake? What if I hadn't been so drunk? And Mark, I don't even know how to help him. I see the tension in his shoulders, the way his hands tighten into fists when he thinks about it. I see the way he tries to act normal, but there's a crack in his composure, something I've never seen before. And I don't know what to say. Every time I look at him, my mind spins in a million directions. I question everything. I relive the night over and over. I can't stop the intrusive thoughts. That friendship is over. That's obvious. But now what? How do I help Mark through this? How do I help us through this? And how do I stop feeling like I somehow let this happen?